and welcome to another BookTube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. And
Dave.
No one ever calls you Dave. David.
David.
So today, David and I are going to be talking about our favourite board games that we own. I've counted, we've got 9. we should have just found another one and made it 10. But 9 will be fun. And we're going to just, because we obviously don't want to go on about this for ages. And when you're listening to someone explain how to play a board game, you're a bit like...
Oh my God, you just zone out, don't you?
You glaze over.
Away.
So I thought we'd give you like the sort of, the good, the deal with it. Oh, you got an eyelash.
Oh, is it really on there?
Yeah, I got it. Make a wish. Make a wish. There we go. I thought we would just talk about the board game we've got, probably the best people to play it with, how long the games take, rather than be like, right, and then everyone has a go in this, and then everyone does that, because that's not fun for anyone, is it? But I'll give you the main message. So if we just go down... What's the message? If I just take one, you take one, I take one, you take one. So I'll take the one on top, which is bananagrams, which apart from anything comes in this amazing package, which looks like a banana. So this is similar, I guess, to Scrabble, potentially. You get lots of tiles like this, and you do a sort of word board. It's more of an individual game played with a group of people. So you do like a word board. You all select 21 tiles, and you do some words in front of you, and you make words out of the tiles that you've got in the fashion of a crossword. But yeah, you can play it with up to, it says 1 to 8 players. But like I said, it's quite a nice game to play.
It's
isn't
a quiet game. It's not
David
loud.
and I, as much as we love board games, we're not very competitive, are we?
No, not at all.
We just sort of like to get on with it. Yeah. So this is quite a nice game to play. It's not very loud. No. This is like just enjoyable, all ages, fun, and we very much enjoy it. And bonus is that it looks like this. This is the coolest thing, I think.
Packet, yeah.
Cool packet. Number 1. Dave, you go next.
We're going to go for Obama Llama.
So this is a super fun game.
So this is a game that I got for my birthday a couple of years ago, I think now, or last year, from friend Emma. And it's a rhyming game. And so there's 3 options. So you either have to, I can't even remember the rules.
Take the lid off and we'll go through it. Maybe we could play a game of it now. Oh God. Oh. So yeah, so it's a rhyming game. So for instance, it will do this. So let me explain one of these to you. So this is just a solve it card. So it said
pressure.
I'm trying to find one that's generic for American as well. Oh, here we go. Hit me baby one more time singer.
Britney Spears.
Enjoying a Boston-based sitcom from the 80s.
Britney Spears enjoying Cheers.
No, but she's...
Watching Cheers.
Watching Cheers.
There we go.
Very good. So that's one side of things. Then you also have this where you do... everything is related to this one person. It always has to rhyme. So I would... so I have to act this out, but I can't be bothered to stand up. So the answer is always going to be Jay-Z doing something. I'm...
Jay-Z on a jet ski.
But I'm...
riding a jet... Falling off a jet ski.
I wish I was better at this.
Oh, is learning to jet ski.
Yes.
Oh. That's very David. Oh,
I wish I was better at this. And then these ones you have to describe it. So for instance, I would say the lead male in the film Pretty Woman...
Richard Gere.
...is holding onto one of those things that has candles in it.
Richard Gere swinging on a chandelier.
Yes. So yeah. And you work your way through that. So that's the general... I mean, that will just show you how to play it. But it's very enjoyable. It's made by Big Potato Games. We're quite impressed with Big Potato Games, aren't we? We've also got another one of their games for Christmas this year.
It's quite fast-paced. Yeah. And then you have to draw pairs, and then you split into 2 teams, and then you have to draw pairs, and then whoever gets
It's a good party game for lots of people, and it's good fun. So
loud,
I'd say it is loud and fun. So the next one I've got, well, I just mopped David's brow. You're so sweaty, David. Look.
Shower.
Glistening. The next one I've got is also a 2-player game. This is mine and my sister's favourite. It's Pizza Party. So I got this from a shop in Edinburgh when we were there ages ago. Oh, so you take it in turns. It's a 2-player game. It's not the quietest of games because you just have to really go for it. You get 2 sets of this dice, 5 of these which have different items that go on a pizza, and you all get given these sheets, and you have to roll the dice until you match it. So it's basically like a matching game until you've got enough slices to make a pizza. Very enjoyable, very fast paced. You have to be very trusting because you're so involved with what you're doing that you don't get to see what the other person's doing. But yeah, nice 2-player game, enjoyable. It always brings a laugh for us, doesn't it? So there you go, Pizza Party.
And my favourite
Is this your favourite game ever?
This is my favourite game ever.
So don't even attempt to explain how to play it.
So it's phase 10. It's from the makers of Uno. It's a bit like Uno, but you'd really need to read the rules. No point, as Lauren said, no point explaining it. So you can have up to, I think, 2 to 6 players. It's a long game.
It's a long game, but it's also quite a nice chill game.
It's a really good chill game.
Was it last Christmas we played at your parents' house? And it was really nice. Like, David's family love a big board game extravaganza. And quite often we're playing games and David's dad's like, what game are we going to play next? But with this, it's a long investment piece, and also it's quite chill. So, and you've got the opportunity to talk while you're playing it as well. So you basically work your way through 10 different phases of collecting a different amount of cards or whatever. And I really like this as well. You play, it says ages 7+. Now I would probably say it's a bit hard, a bit more than that. And 2 to 6 players, but this is your favourite, is it? Yeah,
this is a lot. You're probably talking between 2 and 3 hours to do the whole phase. You don't have to do all
If you
phases.
like Uno, you would love this.
Yeah, and I love Uno, and I love that.
Sorry. My next game is Sushi Go, another card game. I'm really into card games. I feel like I probably prefer card games to...
I like a good card game.
Again, I'm not going to explain how to play this because it is complex without doing it, but the graphics and everything are really nice. This, again, is a card game. It's, again, quite a quiet game. You collect different amounts of cards. They've got maki rolls, sashimi, little dumplings. It's really cute, isn't it? And you play like in rounds of 3, so it can be as short or as long as you want. You can play a round of 3 probably takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe not even that, really.
10 minutes. You can play, I think it's 2 to 6. Ages 8+.
Yeah, it's a silly game.
What I find great about these sort of games now is that you can find videos online to show you how to play them. Because reading the rules of that, I was a bit like,
Yeah.
But when you play it online, it's very, very good. And yeah, I really like this. So, and they've also got, I've never played it and I don't know what it involves, but there's a Sushi Go party. So in similar way to the other card games we've mentioned, this is quite a quiet one as well, isn't it? So if you want like a chill out game, one that's not raucous, then this is a good one to go for.
But that's always good fun. We like that.
Yeah, Dave?
And one of my favourite games as a child, which I used to play with my dad and my uncle Dennis, is called Dominoes. And so these are beautiful dominoes. So basically you get lots of domino pieces like this, obviously with different numbers on. And you just have to get rid of your dominoes, really.
People know how to play dominoes.
People know how to play dominoes.
I haven't played it for many years.
You're quite new to the game of dominoes,
I'm enjoying it.
It's nice. It's just, this is another chill out game.
Yeah.
And it's reasonably quick.
Can you play more than one player?
Yes.
More than 2 players?
Yeah, I think you can play up to however many domino pieces there is.
Oh, cool. So yeah, that's another one of David's favourites.
That's a nice, quick and easy
So
one.
this one is a bashed up box. This is one of my childhood favourites. So this is Scattergories. This isn't the game that we had when we were younger. Scattergories is a really fun game, and it can get a bit raucous, it can get a bit rude, and it is very fun. But you've got a dice with all the letters of the alphabet. You roll it. It's come up with a C, and then you also have a corresponding list where you have to write down something from each of the list beginning with the letter C. Now you don't get a point if someone else gets it, so you have to go for like the more bizarre ones. And in some way it's a bit like the TV show Pointless. So for instance, on this list, sandwiches, things you can do with your feet, world leaders or politicians, school subject, excuses for being late, types of ice cream, things with balls, etc, etc. And I guess you have to be
pretty quick.
You have to be pretty quick, and
it's amazing how your mind goes
and you have to
blank.
and you have to be quite obscure to get the points as well. So that's a really fun one. I really, really enjoy that. That's age 13+, and that's 2 to 4 teams. So you could have like 2 or 4 on the team. But yeah, it does get quite loud and fun. But I really enjoy this. And I've got a feeling this was quite cheap. I think this was like £10 in Sainsbury's, and we'll provide.
I always forget like what you have to do during board games, but I do like that one. That's one of my favourites.
Next one, David. Well, second to last one. Second to
last one. So this is a lovely case. So this is called backgammon for anybody who doesn't know how to
Everyone knows backgammon.
Look at this. It's a lovely little piece. And we've only played this probably about 3 or 4 times, haven't we?
Yeah, let me close it because it's going to get orcs. But I used to play this when I was younger, when I used to go on holiday.
Yeah, I've never played it.
And we started playing it. So one of the things I remember about last year, in between Christmas and New Year, we'd sort of stay up late, wouldn't we? Like, because we didn't have to be up, and quite often we'd play like a few games of backgammon and watch some Christmas films and things like that. So
it's cool.
That's
it's a good, easy game. A lot of like, luck involved, and just throwing the dice.
What I like? In Gavin and Stacey Christmas special, they get loads of board games out, and a lot of people play little 2-player board games. Well, I would like to do that rather than all play one big board game together.
Well, we should take a lot of these then.
Me and you just sit on our own and play.
You carry on, guys.
And then the last one is is a game that David's mum bought us for Christmas. This is going back 3 or 4 years because it was
Wow,
I think we were in the first flat when we got this.
No way. That's awesome.
So yeah, and this is Downton Abbey, the board game. So there is literally no skill involved with this, and you don't have to answer any questions. Oh no, it's nice. Whenever we talk about board games, I'm always saying, "Can we play this?" So this is gorgeously done. The board is lovely, and basically you work your way around the board, which is set up like Downton Abbey, and you work for the housekeeping team, and you work your way up and down, collecting. Oh God. Collecting, go into the rooms that you're selecting, and then you go and then you collect Downton bells. Hold them higher because I think we're quite low. Downton bells. So yeah, it's pretty. There's literally no skill, but every time we play this, I really enjoy
Another
it.
chill game. Lots of chill. Yeah, they're just
this one we haven't played with anyone other than me and you because we don't know anyone else who really likes Downton Abbey.
No.
So we've just played it, me and you. So yeah, so those are 9 of our board games that we very much enjoy. We would love to hear
what
from you.
What would you pick?
What's my favourite?
Yeah, you never said what your favourite one was. So mine was Phase 10. This was my favourite. Is it Downton? You really do like Downton, don't you?
I do like Downton. It might be Scattergrees.
Yeah.
I also like Obama Llama.
Well,
I can't pick. But those are some of our games that we own, and we just thought this would be a nice time to share with you guys some of the games we own and enjoy, because it being Christmas. What games do you guys play at Christmas? What games do you enjoy? Very much looking for... Oh, another one I do like, but we don't own. Pandemic.
oh yeah,
I love Pandemic.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't included Monopoly here, and we've got about 3 different versions of Monopoly.
We've got my Back to the Future version.
Back to the Future, Walking Dead. So yeah, it could go on forever. But those are some of the games that we enjoy playing, and we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all again soon for our Q&A video.
Yeah.
Q&A responses. Yay!